Hello there, internet. It's Mogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. And again, I'm sorry for the lack of upload yesterday. I just haven't been able to get a video out. I mean, it's still technically yesterday for me as I'm recording this, but it's actually very late at night, so I don't have time to upload the video that I just recorded today. The reasoning is because I had to go to the doctor. I've been having issues with my voice lately. I felt like my larynx was just like clogged up, and I was like I didn't have any space. It was weird. I actually freaked out for a bit, and it turns out that I have gastroacid reflux. So basically, my stomach sometimes, for whatever reason, pumps up acid up through my esophagus, and it turns out that some of that acid spilled over to the top of my throat, and it hit my vocal cords and shit. And there's like this tissue on top of my right vocal cord that is like so inflamed that it's overlapping and thus blocking it. Therefore, whenever I put a lot of stress on my voice, I had these like voice cracks. I never tend to have like it's been happening a lot recently, and yeah, that's one of the things, like basically my throat is a little bit fucked up, and that's why I've also postponed my streams. I did say that I needed a break from Magic, right? But the real reason as to why I haven't streamed these past few days is because I just felt like, I could record a video, but I didn't feel like I could, just talk nonstop with, putting effort into my voice, instead of just like whispering for like 8 hours, right? So yeah, a little bit of an update in that sense. That's why the uploads have been a little bit irregular lately. I do want to stick to my daily schedule, and I hope you guys understand. TLDR though, everything is fine. Like, I have nothing serious, and I'm not dying as of now. I mean, we're all technically dying, right? But I'm not dying at a rapid speed as of my knowledge, and my throat is otherwise fine. So yeah, just gotta take a little bit of medicine and all that stuff, and I'll be good to go. Hopefully I can get back to my loud stuff soon. So today we're gonna play some Japanese Golgari, aka Land Destruction Golgari, and I've recorded 1 hour worth of gameplay today. Unfortunately, I did not get a single matchup against a tricolor deck. I really tried, but I just couldn't. I did get to record my transition from one season to the other, though, because in the middle of the recording, you're going to see the season ends, and I'm sent back down to Platinum with all them plebs. And yeah, like that's like in the middle of the video, so I thought that was pretty intriguing. There's even like a pack opening and stuff, so that's pretty cool, I guess. And yeah, this is the deck. Most of you are probably already familiar with this. It is a Golgari land destruction deck. It tends or tries to capitalize on all the greedy decks running around that focus on tricolor or even four color combinations, and thus run a very, very low amount of basic lands. We run 4 Assassin's Trophy alongside 4 Fields of Ruin to ruin those sorts of builds, despite my inability to run into them, as all I can play is mono red, mono white, mono blue, mono purple, mono fucking everything, man. But at least I had some, like, the actual gameplay today is really good, despite the fact that we don't showcase off the land destruction portion of this deck. We do showcase Casualties of War quite a bit in this video, and I'm excited about that. This card actually surprised me quite a bit and was pretty impactful. Sucks against mono red and fast decks in general, but in other matchups, it's pretty damn neat. So this is the main build. We have the Explore package, which is nothing too fascinating, naturally. You guys are probably quite tired of the Explore package. And we got some ramp with Land of Elves and Paradise Druid, a one-off of Rasa Golgari Queen, double Ravenous Chupacabra, and then triple Vivian Reed alongside 1 Nisa and 1 Massacre Girl, who also makes quite the splash, and triple Carnage Tyrant. Very threatening late game, a little bit slow, but does have the Explore package to take on mono red in the early game. And a sideboard comprised of Hand Disruption with Dress, double Cast Down, double Moon, sometimes I talk too fast. Double Cast Down, double Moment of Craving, English Miguel, double the Elder Spell, 1 Ob Nixilus's Cruelty, 2 Thrashing Brontodons, 1 Crucible of Worlds, and 1 extra Nisha. Hashtag Nisha. So the extra Nisha is, yeah, some games you put her in. I'm not really that big of a fan of this card being in the sideboard. I think you can preserve it for a more key slot. I don't know, but from my own experience, this deck does suffer from its inability to, or for slowness at times. but it's still very powerful. It's kind of like a free win against greedy decks that run mostly, you know, dual lands, so that's pretty cool. And it does have the potential to take on the likes of Mono Red and Gruul as well, so it's a pretty powerful deck, and I've been wanting to get my hands on it for a while. From tomorrow onwards, I will start showing more homebrews. I know I haven't showcased, you know, except for like the the terrible mono black deck that I showed the other day. I haven't done much, you know, in regards to, you know, deck building. That's because of the break plus the whole thrill thing. I haven't been able to stream, right? But tomorrow or Saturday, the day I'm uploading this, I will be back to streaming, and therefore I'll be back to brewing, and I'll showcase all sort of jank decks. I want to build some jank. I want to build some original stuff. I want to move away from Teferi and you know, Lightning Strike, the card game, and perhaps showcase off other stuff that has been a little bit underrated for a while. And that's what I'm gonna say for today. My words are all over the place. This intro is a little bit rushed because it's quite late. And hey, at least I got the video ready for tomorrow, right? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a solid day. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. And I'll see you tomorrow. So one of the key things about this deck is to not run into monocolor decks. You know, unfortunately, there is, you know, while there's like a lot of tricolor decks running around, right, with the Planeswalkers, the Super Friend builds, you know, the 4-color Dreadhorde deck or the Jeskai Walkers, there's also a lot of mono red aggro. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the most recent. Give me a second here. I'm gonna keep this actually. I don't know if you guys have seen the most recent MPL, like week 4, I believe, deck list, but it's like 50% mono red aggro, which is just absurd. And of course, our first matchup is against mono red aggro itself. So our Field of Ruins here are basically not worth anything, but it seems all right. It seems our opponent has to play a Runaway Steamkin next turn, which we're going to put him in a predicament here, basically. We're actually going to drop the forest since we drew it. We're going to play the Wallgrowth Walker, and we're going to go like, bruh, if you want to destroy this Wallgrowth Walker, you cannot play this Runaway Steamkin unless you have a Wizard's Lightning. But you don't, so by playing this Wallgrowth Walker there, we prevent him from capitalizing on that light up the stage. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drop the Field of Ruin, and we're going to go Elf into Paradise Druid into Please Sir Do Not Draw a Land and happen to have a Goblin Chain Whirler in your hand. K, thanks. Dude, don't do it. Don't you do it. I would like to block one of these, but I don't really care, right? I got all the green mana I need. I should block one of these. I should prevent damage. There's the Runaway Steamkin. Okay, so yeah, I ultimately regret my decision here. Yep, trading into that was actually stupid because I could have just Chupacabra this. I mean, I can Chupacabra this later down the line potentially, but we're going to. I mean, we're still gonna be able to Wallgrowth Walker, J-Light Ranger here, and I think that's just always better. And J-Light will help us. Find. No, I'm gonna send you down there, buddy. You're good. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna keep you there. Hopefully, we can find another source of black mana so we can Chupacabra that Runaway Steamkin. Once we get rid of this, we should be in a very strong position. Okay, our opponent's just going face. What I like to call a little bit desperate mode. All right. This could. Oh man, if he has a shock, don't tell me he has a shock. Okay, he doesn't. Thank God. Okay, so he can go for the Runaway Steamkin here and drop the Gitu Lava Runner alongside a Lightning Strike. Yeah, this is kind of why I want to deal with this soon, because this is a big enabler, and we do not like enablers. Double Lightning Strike as well. Wallgrowth Walker will be able to survive that potentially. Well, if we manage to double Branch Walker here. Okay. This means I can use my Wallgrowth Walker as a blocker. Because he went for that, he's not going to attack unless he just wants like desperate damage, but I don't think he's up for desperate damage. We're going to go for the Merfolk Branch Walker here. I I don't dislike that, but at the same time, no. I want my lands. God fucking damn it. Let's go for another one. Alright, let's put that in the graveyard as well. Okay, so we're stabilizing here. We're still in a bit of a predicament. Like, we can play Ravage Chupacabra, and this thing is, you know, going unanswered. But I definitely do not want to attack with the Wall Growth Walker. I got good blockers here with my Merfolk Branch Walkers. And as long as my opponent doesn't drop a Frenzy, we should be fine. We haven't taken any damage, and like I said, I just need a fucking swap, dude. Just give me a swap. Like, these are actually, like, so useless. Okay, there we go. That saves me the headache. I'll take it. Easy peasy. Alright, now we're going to add in a couple of Moment of Cravings, 2 cast downs, a couple of duresses, as we want to be able to dispatch certain things. We don't want to, like, go crazy on the duress, because it's also not like a really powerful top deck, but it is good enough. We're going to add in a couple of Brontodons as well for the Experimental Frenzy, also a fantastic blocker in this matchup. We are not insane, so we're not going to take out any Wall Growth Walkers. We're going to add or reduce English some Land of our Elves out of the equation, because Goblin Chain Whirler is a thing, and these just die all the time. They just don't provide us with anything, really. We also do not want the Casualties of War, and Vivian is also a bit suspect here. I can go with 1 Vivian and 1 Nissa. How good is Nissa here, realistically? I think I'm better off with 2 Vivians instead of Nissa, because Vivian destroys. Yeah, Vivian destroys the Experimental Frenzy. Everything else is pretty vital. I'm going to keep triple Karn's Tyrant, though, because Karn's Tyrant is a powerful late-game bomb against mono-red aggro. It's slow, and we have sacrificed quite a bit of ramp, even though we're keeping the Druids, because they do have Hexproof, so only Chain Whirler really punishes them. Alright, I guess I'll keep this. But I'm keeping the Karn's Tyrants, because if I make it to turn 6 and I slap the Karn's Tyrant on the board, we are in business. Okay, I'm going to drop this Overgrown Tomb. Obnixilus Cruelty is a good answer for a potential Phoenix, or for a turn 2 Runaway Steamkin. I don't think I want to go Assassin's Trophy on this. I don't want to ramp my opponent at this stage. I'm going to drop the Merfolk Branch Walker. It's going to die. It's inevitable, but at least... see, that's not... I'm going to keep that there. Alright, there's a Lava Coil. I think we're definitely going to Cruelty this. Despite the fact that we lose the answer, or the potential answer, to a Rekindling Phoenix on curve here, I have to go for this Cruelty. Runaway Steamkin is just a huge threat. Alright, there's Chandra. Chandra can be dealt with. And I think Chandra does warrant an Assassin's Trophy here. Yeah, I believe it does. We're going to go for the Branch Walker. And we're going to keep that there. And we're going to go for this. We can answer Chandra, and we can also answer Experimental Frenzy with the Brontodon. Next turn, we can drop the Brontodon, and the turn 6, we can just drop the Tyrant. We haven't taken as much damage. Our opponent's running out of steam, and like I said, if he has an Experimental Frenzy, we have the answer right here. This Brontodon will, you know, do enough as a blocker. I just need to, you know, buy 1 more turn, drop the big boy Dino, and we should be good to go. That's always spooky. Alright. Well, remember when I said we should be good to go? We also need to, like, not top deck, you know, a billion lands. Like, we need to do something about this board state so we can start being aggressive. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you... Wait, is this for real? Did this man just top deck a Frenzy after I dropped my Brontodon? Did that just happen? Oh. Oh shit. And he's just gonna go crazy on me. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. That just happened. Ladies and gentlemen, that just happened. Wow. I mean, mean, we gotta try to, I guess, survive a turn. I think we've taken too much damage, and I just don't like considering how. Yikes. Okay. Sometimes the skill is too damn high, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes the mono red skills are just too powerful. And their deck has no pathetic cards. Okay, so that went from a game in which I stabilized. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I'm gonna keep it as it is, and I'm just gonna hope for that to not happen again. I don't know. That's just nutty. Yeah. Magic the Gathering. Anyways, we're gonna keep this hand. We are lacking a second source of green mana for the Thrashing Brontodon, but we do have. Yeah, I want to get rid of Sean right here. But we do have a Wildgrowth Walker. Obviously, there is. There is a Runaway Steamkin, which we are going to answer immediately. And not like discarding that. Oh my god, that sucks. I really don't want to drop this Walker. I want to wait it out. Like, I don't want to trade my Walker with a Lightning Strike. I just don't want to do it. So instead, we are going to try to bait it out of him. Otherwise, we're going to go for the Brontodon here. If he taps out now. If he taps out. Okay, now we're talking. It was either a land or a branch walker. But that's good. Now, this is the timing here. We're going to send it to the graveyard because we want to draw more lands. Though Assassin's Trophy is actually not a bad card to draw. Maybe that was, yeah, maybe that was a dirt moment for us. Maybe we derp there. Oh my god. For crying out loud. Yeah, I think maybe I done goofed. I'm gonna attack with these two. Alright, so we're going to drop the Wildgrowth Walker here. He finds a bird. It's not good. That was probably really stupid. But I really do want to clear the board a little bit, but that was probably really silly. He trades here. I get a 7 hit off on him. I think that's what I gotta do. I gotta be aggressive. The thing about Experimental Frenzy is that without Runaway Steamkin is just kind of like insane. But without it is, it's pretty interesting. We're gonna go for the Carney T attack here. I'm gonna Assassin's Trophy this. tight. I almost, like, it's incredible. The difference between having a runaway Steamkin on the board with Frenzy or not is monumental. Oh my god. I think I definitely derped by taking away the Assassin's Trophy there. But then, like I said, without the Steamkin, it's just not the same. But goddamn, that second game triggered the hell out of me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that second game was, oh my lord. Okay, let's see if we can actually find a, you know, tricolor deck. You know, a deck that we can actually capitalize on with our land hate. Though, like I said, 50% of the meta is mono red aggro, so it may take us a while. This deck is really cool in that sense, right? But the problem is, you know, the prevalence of the other one. Okay, we see an island. Well, whenever we see a basic land, we frown. We make a pissed off face because that's not what we want to see. We want to see, you know, greedy decks with like, okay, this is manipulation. This deck is Simic Manipulation. So yeah, I just gotta deny the ramp and apply pressure. Actually, like I actually have to win this game pretty early on. Okay, so now I could play Wall Growth Walker, but I think it's actually a mistake. Because I have to guarantee that I can Chupacabra next turn. So I'm actually going to play Merfolk Branch Walker. Because I want to make sure that I draw into a land next turn. Yeah. This may seem like an odd play. But Walgrowth Walker doesn't really accomplish much. I need speed here. I need tempo. And I need to answer this thing. But unfortunately, that just does not matter. I'm giving him a land, which doesn't feel good, but I am stopping a huge ramp there. Alright, Crassus, gonna draw him 2 cards. I mean, eventually I'll draw into a land. You know, just gotta be patient. It'll happen sometime. Alright, so okay, interesting. This would be a hilarious Massacre Girl. I don't want him to steal my Paradise Druid though, but so I'm still on the same boat. I need to find lands. I need to find a land. So I'm actually not going to tap my Paradise Druid because I do not want it to be targeted. Like I said, eventually, oh my god, dude. Jesus Christ. Eventually. Thank you. I'll draw land. 3,000 years later. Alright, so the problem is like him having like a counter spell here, but I'm gonna go for it. Probably should have attacked. No, I should not have attacked first. I need to make sure I could. I gotta look back. I probably should have attacked there. He can steal my Massacre Girl, but then I can Ravenous Chupacabra. I wipe out the board, which is very important. Or he could not steal it. You know, that could also happen. Does he have like, what does he have? I'm gonna go with this.
grow bored with
Well, Massacre Girl. Massacre Girl could have earned her slot in the thumbnail, baby. I actually did not expect that to happen. Like, I was convinced he had a Frilled Mystic in his hand. It's like, it took me long enough to actually be able to pay 5 mana. Alright, that's a big boy snack. I mean, we can't be too shocked at that, right? Okay, so we gotta put an end to this soon. That's a great top deck, though. Nature. Nature kills nature.
not dead.
Poetic? I don't know.
Everyone is expendable.
No, we can't expend anything, Bronska. Just chill. Calm down. I need all of my permanents. They are very important here. Well, he can just mass manipulate us to oblivion. Yeah. Yep, that could happen. That could happen. Okay, well, we tried.
As long as we win, nothing else matters.
We definitely tried. But it turns out, you know, having like 3 times our mana goes a long way in that matchup. Right, so we need 4 dresses, cast downs to answer. Like, we need to be able to answer his ramp completely. 1 Elder Spell can put in the work, but I'm not. Yeah, I think as a 1-off, it's fine. What don't we need? Casualties of War seems a little bit slow in this matchup. It can definitely put in the work, but it also seems very slow. I think Assassin's Trophy. Maybe as a 1-off, but I don't like it otherwise because they have so many basics. Casualties of War puts in the work, but it's still, like I said, very slow here. Maybe as a 1-off as well. I don't want to like lower. I also think Wall Growth Walker is kind of unnecessary in this matchup. I think we could just go without him, right? Keep everything else. We don't need the Wall Growth Walker. I still like the ramp. I still like being able to play my Planeswalkers before my opponent. And being able to ramp out into Carnage Tyrant. Because Carnage Tyrant cannot be targeted by his stealing shenanigans. But I don't think I need. Oh, that's a shame. Double opening hand duress is fantastic, but unfortunately we cannot keep that hand. Oh my god, what is this garbage? Seriously, this is just garbage. I can't work with this. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll keep that. Yeah, our opponent is definitely very, very happy and being a good sport about it. Let's get rid of Nisa. Nisa is more threatening than Vivian. I would love to beat this guy with double mulligan after the nice. I would just absolutely love that. You have no idea. I mean, this can be important as ramp, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just draw a land, honestly. That works too. Oh, double Vivian, double down. Alright, the good news is if we draw a land, we can play Golgari Queen. Come on, land. There we go.
It's not often I'm outmaneuvered.
Alright, let's smack him. Let's smack Mr. Nice. Let's punish him. Ooh. Fortunately, that's gonna get countered.
A life for a life.
I'm not gonna protect Vraska.
Bored anyway.
She doesn't really accomplish much for us here. Not much we can do.
I've lost the wilds are my shield. Scars are lessons written in skin.
I'm not gonna play Duress yet because I don't expect him to have something at this point. Like it would be too Like, maybe he does, but the odds are he doesn't. So
seen
I'd rather wait out
break
a
someone.
little bit more before playing it. So then again, you can just stop that guy. You just get another Frilled Mystic. Yikes. This matchup seems tough, honestly. Though, to be fair, we mulliganed twice, so we started off with an inherent, a very powerful disadvantage.
Okay, so you've got claws.
Not much we can do here. We completely ran out of steam. Like I said, the double mulligan. The way we beat this game is we pound them down before he can
You
get
can't
back at
stop
us.
nature.
But having to mulligan twice just hurt us too much. Not being able to answer the Vivian also hurt. And obviously, like I said, starting off with 2 cards less. I mean, despite that, I think that's a tough matchup. So we're just gonna have to take it. And we were stuck there for a while. Okay, goddamn, that's a little bit harsh, game. That's I don't think that's fair. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, did the season really? Oh wait, did the season just ended? Okay. Okay, in the middle of my video. Oh wow. All right, well, let's open some packs. All right. Hey, I'll take it. I actually need rare wall cards like crazy. Like I have none. Fuck yeah. All right. I feel like that's like the 3rd Bantu. Sure. I'll make like a super Bantu deck. Yes, wall cards are worth seeing. I actually want to try the Karn Great Creator deck too that I've seen running around. Like I think it's Golgari. I'm not sure, but it pulls shit from the sideboard. It's pretty neat. Yeah, for memes. What else? What else you got for me, Willis? Oh, I actually don't have 4 Blast Zones. Oh, fuck yeah. Actually, really good pulls. Not even bad. So, yeah, so our last game of the season was a loss against the guy who BM'd us for getting mana screwed. Yeah, that's kind of bittersweet. I don't know where the sweet comes from, but it's bittersweet it is. All right, let's continue. Let's debut in Platinum. We actually get to feature the first game of the season against John. So everybody I'm facing here is obviously Mythic rank as well. And I'm actually going to keep this hand. Despite it being a 1-lander, I have a turn 1 land over elf, and I have Merfolk Branchwalkers. Is that too optimistic? Maybe. But I also have a feeling I'm going to draw a land. It's all going to be fine. There we go. Easy peasy, baby. Let's go Paradise Druid. Let's smack him a little bit. Because this enables us to potentially, like, if we draw another land, I can just play a Vivian if I draw another land. Like, I don't even have to rush my Walker strats here. That's not the case, though, so we're going to go with the standard, you know, more boring play. But, I mean, this is still pretty nice. There's our land. Let's drop it down. No answer for the Growth Chamber Guardian. It seems we are facing Gruul, so we are failing. We are actually failing miserably in, you know, attempting to find a tricolor deck here. Kind of what I was expecting, to be honest, but still. Chupacabra is nice, but why not go Vivian? With Vivian, I can search for a land.
Break someone like you.
And I can opt to protect. If he attacks with the Growth Chamber Guardian and this to Vivian, I'm going to block with the Branchwalker only. I'm not going to risk my Wallgrowth Walker there. That's interesting. I'm not going to block that.
I'm a survivor.
Because she's a survivor. And he may have to, like, waste out of hand damage source here. And I have another one anyways.
I'm not losing everything again.
Whoa, fuck, that hurt.
Meet my newest friend.
That actually really hurt. Oh my god, that was like the biggest kick to the balls ever. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna drop this. So he's main decking for us, but he's still playing Goblin Chain Whirler like a boss. Yeah, we're that just happened.
Let's see some panic in the streets. Wild beasts are bringing your comeuppance.
I mean, if he attacks with this, I'm still gonna trade with that. We may lose Vivian,
I've seen worse.
but we can check out the Growth Chamber Guardian.
I'll be back after I've licked my wounds.
Get rid of the Domri and drop the Wall Growth Walker. We are running out of steam though. Like, we got Vivian in our hand, which is nice. But this Goblin Chain Whirler is a bit of a nuisance for us. Dealing with it is not going to be easy. The first strike just makes this thing so menacing. The 3 attack, 3 health first strike is to be respected. We're not going to block this. We're going to take the hit. We're not facing mono red. They're not nearly as... Oh, oof. Alright, there's Massacre Girl. I'm gonna go for Vivian.
Balance comes.
And I'm gonna grab myself a big boy dino. I'm not gonna play anything else. Okay, so if the Phoenix... Yeah, so if I want to kill the Phoenix, my opponent has to play something bigger than the Phoenix. Like, thicker, basically. Or I have to, like, get something thicker. That way, if I play Massacre Girl, eventually when I kill the Phoenix, if there's still things to hit... Yeah, we're going to not let that happen. We're going to block. It's you.
Strike me, and you strike.
This does this does incapacitate our Massacre Girl a little bit.
Come to me.
Okay, there we go. Come to me. Come to me. We're gonna go here and here. Graveyard. And we'll keep that there. So yes, sir. There's no point. As of right now, we are gonna lose Vivian. But with double Wall Growth Walker on the board, Gruul has a tremendous issue dealing with big units because they basically the only way they remove stuff is via damage. And if he attacks the birds, that's fine.
Just like before.
I can just Wall Growth Walker him to oblivion here. There's Sarkin. And Sarkin is actually not a bad thing for us. We're gonna go Ranger number 2. We'll keep that there, yes sir. We're just gonna attack with these 2.
Consume you. Listen to them roar.
I'll get rid of that.
No.
Not sure if that attack was the best idea. Sure. We're just gonna have to go with this again. The reason why I'm keeping that Land of our Elf in there is because I may want it to enable the Massacre Girl. I think maybe I should not have attacked at that point with Wall Growth Walkers. Like I should just kept them protected and just kept buffing them up. But then again, I have to do something about these Phoenixes. But I have so much health here that eventually I can just start dropping my shit. I'm gonna keep the Land of our Elf in my hand though, because I always got that bomb, right? I could just let him play into this board, and then follow it up with. He still has 4 cards in hand. I think Sarkin. The problem is if I don't attack Sarkin that turn, then he keeps the Rekindling Phoenixes as blockers, and Sarkin becomes a huge threat that I can't answer. So I think I was forced to attack there. Because the same way my Wall Growth Walkers become beefier as the game goes, I have to draw enablers for them, so I have to draw Explorers. I've already played most of my Explorers anyways. And Sarkin just keeps growing and generating more dragons that make it harder for me to attack. Another underlying issue here. So right now there's 4, 3, 4. So right now, if my opponent plays nothing, I can actually drop Land of our Elves into Massacre Girl and still preserve my Wall Growth Walker. Because if I play the Land of our Elf, I'm going to have 4 creatures die here, then 4 creatures die here, which means... okay, so 1 minus 1 minus 1. No, actually my Wall Growth Walker dies exactly, right? Because then 9 of them happen. So that's 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, my Wall Growth Walker dies as well. I think I'm gonna go for it. I wonder if he sees the Massacre Girl coming. Because the thing is, he could have a shock from my Land of our Elf. So if I don't attack here, like if I just try to set up the Land of our Elf, I could play Land of our Elf and then Massacre Girl, and then he can shock my Land of our Elf and then just deny the Massacre Girl. So he's running low on health. I can't afford to trade my J-Light Rangers, like the smaller ones, because they have 2 health, right? Like I need everything to be lined up here. Land destruction, boys. Land destruction. I feel like I wasted so much narration on that series. Okay, let's see if we can actually find a. Please, just give me a tricolor deck, for the love of God. All right, I'm gonna keep this. Bit of a slow hand, but a guaranteed turn 3 J-Lad Ranger onwards is good enough, especially considering we're going first. Come on, man. Just stop it with the mountains. Stop it with the forest. Just... Okay, Memorial to Genius. Fuck, that means Nexus. God damn it, dude. God damn it. Where are these fucking... Seriously. Where are these tricolor decks? Why can I not find them when I record with this goddamn deck? Are you serious? Are you serious? I cannot find a tricolor deck here. Why? Alright, let's drop that. Let's keep that there. It gives us a play next turn. We don't have one anyways. We know he's gonna Growth Spiral. Will he have the nut draw into Wilderness Reclamation, like Growth Spiral turn 2 into Wilderness Reclamation? He may very well have it. We have Assassin's Trophy. We have a bunch of ways to deal with Reclamation. Unfortunately, none of them in our hand.
Like the princes of the moon, I think you will find My notes help.
Oh, oh! Oh, wow. Well, goddamn. Holy shit. That's the first time I've seen Tamio pull a double. that is.
I know I noted this somewhere.
How is that fair? Okay, so he's playing several planeswalkers, including the likes of Dovin, which means that Elder Spell on the sideboard definitely makes a huge amount of sense here. Well, there you go, folks. Reclamation number 1. I mean, well, he roots there. Okay, so maybe I should have double attacked, but I mean at the same time, I don't think I should have.
The wild wasn't meant to be contained. Sometimes I always survive. You'll see.
Well, I'm kind of like derping here mentally. Like I think I have. I think I have like a mana to play land over else. I'm just kind of like. All right, so he didn't find Nexus of Fate, but we still have another reclamation to deal with. He pulled 2. I don't know. That's the first time I've seen that. Well, I think it's safe to assume this game is over. All right, if we see Nexus, we scoop. We gather our mental juices. We don't waste them here. We know, we acknowledge the match is over, and we're gonna go with Duress. We're gonna go with Thrashing Brontodon. Crucible Worlds actually makes sense too, but it's not enough of a reason. Like the thing is that this matchup is realistically all about just pressure, which is why I want to keep the Wall Growth Walkers, because it's all about being able to pressure the opponent. I'm gonna take out the Ravenous Chupacabra. Our opponent, like, we gotta consider the sideboard potential he has, right? I think Elder Spell definitely makes quite a bit of sense here. The problem is Vivian doesn't really like, even if we get her ultimate, that doesn't mean jack shit, right? Karness Tyrant is also not really Casualties of War is, it's good enough, right? Let's take out the Wall Growth Walkers. The Massacre Girl. Golgari Queen also seems a little bit useless here. Nisa is nice. Like, Nisa's nice because she enables us to apply pressure. Karness Tyrant is also a bit useless here. I'd rather have another Nisa. And potentially another Wall Growth Walker. Though, like I said, we have to take into consideration the fact that our opponent may be bringing some creatures here. Do we have enough removal? I think we still have enough removal, especially with the Assassin's Trophies. Like, that's the thing. Our removal is pretty flexible, and I really don't want to... Like, his sideboard can only change his deck up so much. We need that pressure. I'm gonna keep. It's slow, but it enables us to... It gives us a turn... Okay, I don't need a turn 2 Duress. I need a turn 2 creature, and then I can Duress afterwards. I will keep that there, thank you. Alright, that means no Growth Spiral. Which means we don't have to worry about them dropping a Reclamation on us. Which means we're going creature. Like, we're prioritizing the creatures here. Because we want to kill our opponent fast and quick. Synonyms. And there's the Spiral. Afterwards, we can go for the Duress. There's the Escanta. Here's my Duress. A Ripjaw Raptor. This guy really went heavy with the, I think Tamayo. I think I may just want to pop that, honestly.
Strange, magnificent world. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Alright. Just how much mana? Because these represent... I have so much mana here. So I can play this by doing this, and then I untap. No, I would have to tap you, right? I could tap you. Then I untap. Okay, so I tap you, you, and you. 3. I have 1 mana. And then I untap. And then I got 2, 2. Yeah.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Harness the elements.
And then I can go Casualties of War. The power of Nisa, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we know he's packing creatures, which means we want those Chupacabras back. Again, I don't see the need for Wall Growth Walker in this matchup, so I'd rather take them out and just slap in perhaps 1 cast down, because Chupacabra at the very least gives me a body. Vivian and Nisa put in the work. Casualties Wars is pretty good in this matchup, like I said. Everything else seems solid. We have ramp, we have hand disruption. I think this is fine. Because, like I said, at the very least, Chupacabra gives us a body to attack, right? So we don't want to over-prepare for that. Okay, I'll keep. And we got a turn 1 duress, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Let's get rid of Tamayo. We got the Chupacabra for the Raptor. Alright, we don't have to worry about a turn 3. We don't have to worry about a turn 3 reclamation. Just because there was no growth spiral there. So now we can duress. After, we play the 2-drop to start applying pressure. Could have a growth spiral here, but we're still gonna... Okay, that's a bit of an issue, but we're still gonna deal with the reclamation. He has to draw into a land to play Nisa. So we Chupacabra. And we keep smacking him. So no answer immediately for the second one.
Seek shelter in my stewardship. The land fights for us.
Alright, we do find the land of our elf. I think I want to Assassin's Trophy this, and then just kind of like attack with both of these, yeah.
You try my patience.
Interesting. Scanta's very powerful here. But that's why I'm going to go with Vivian. It's got 3 counters.
Behold, nature's true power.
So this thing has 3 counters on it, which can't deal with anything on my board as of right now. But I guess he's worried about that other thing. We're going to go for... What are we going to go for? I really don't... I really got to deal with that. Right? Right, so the first thing we got to do... Okay, so if we play Nisa... If we play Nisa, we can attack with... No. I gotta go, Vivian. Okay, I'm gonna go... I'm gonna attack first.
Do not underestimate my fortitude.
How this thing goes is up to you, pal.
I gotta destroy
Draw.
Skinta.
Let's do this again.
That basically makes it so that I have to defeat Nisa. He's basically top decking. Answering a Skinta is more important.
The land fights for us.
We lose Vivian here, but I gladly will trade that with the Skinta. And then attack. Alright, so...
Power surges through these lands. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
I'm gonna attack with these two.
I cannot protect you anymore.
Alright, so he's got 5 counters on Blast Zone. I'm going to keep those Casualties of War. Because with that, I can just dispatch his board a little bit. He can sacrifice the Blast Zone to deal with Nisa, but otherwise, I will protect her. This is a very intense game. He really tried to catch me off guard. Like, I definitely expected. I did not expect, like, the Ripjaw Raptors. I think, obviously, that's for mono red aggro. He really went hard with that, though. Okay, there it is. I mean, this Casualties of War.
Opportunity to the library.
This Casualties of War. Oh, my goodness. Justice, baby! Fuck yeah. First 2 games of the season. Clean. And still no land destruction. I've been recording for over an hour, and I haven't found a single source of the... I don't know, man. Maybe next time. I tried. I swear to God, I tried. At least I got some really good games today. And I showcased Casualties War quite a bit. Massacre Girl shined a little bit as well, which is, you know, always makes me happy. And yeah, just some good old Golgari fun. Though, unfortunately, no, you know, capitalizing on a greedy tricolor deck. I think, I don't know, I'm running into less and less variants of those now. Like, there's a lot of Gruul, there's a lot of mono red, so I think the metagame has shifted yet again, and I'm a little bit late to the party in that sense. But regardless, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, despite the lack of land destruction awesomeness. At least you got fake Brazilian awesomeness. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a soul day. I'll see you tomorrow.